What is good, team? Do what we do today, right? On this fine Monday motivation, I want to tell you, I want to explain to you, I want to define, elaborate to you the transformation that I took from my freshman year all the way up to my senior year. And quite honestly, it was something that I would personally say did not happen overnight. You gotta be willing to put the work in. You gotta be consistent and you gotta stay dedicated to whatever it is you are wanting to accomplish. And that's with anything in life. As I already told you, I'm not saying I'm woke. I'm not saying I'm this God-given entity that knows everything. No, I'm just saying I'm willing to work hard, and sacrifices are going to be made, are still being made. So with that being said, let's get it. So what I'm going to do is show you in-depth clips from anything that I had from my freshman year all the way up to my senior year of graduating high school. I'm gonna show you pictures, there might be some videos, and I'm going to explain everything that has been happening. It's gonna be nice, man, I promise you that. So the one thing I was my freshman year was I don't feel like I knew myself, right? And I'm saying this because I had a very big ego. And because I had a very big ego, there's a fine line between an ego and you being confident in your abilities to accomplish things within your life. Because the ego, I don't feel like there's anything behind it. It feels almost that you have a persona, that you are, say, wanting to show the world something that you are not. But then when you're confident, right, it shows through your abilities and everything that you do, because you got a head held high and you're willing to go the extra distance for the things that you want to accomplish. So for my freshman year, I was very scrawny, right? I was a very scrawny type of kid. I didn't have no build, no muscle, and I didn't read at all. I didn't watch certain videos, and I personally was complacent. And complacent means you're okay with where you're at. You're not willing to go the extra mile to get better. And that's exactly what I did through my actions, and it's not worth it. You know what I'm saying? That's why I work so hard. That's why I execute so hard to show people who are younger than me, even people who are older than me, that let's not get complacent. Let's not get comfortable in the life that we're living right now, because there's goals and dreams that need to be accomplished if you have set the bar high for yourself. Because I feel like limitations are man-made. They're self-placed. And if you allow them to continue to be self-placed, which I did my freshman year, you are going to be exactly that. The same thing that I put in my book, yes, I'm currently working on a book, is that my freshman year, people laughed at me, not with me. Right? And when I say this, that means that when everything was say happen in the spur of the moment, I'm getting laughed at, thinking that I'm cool, thinking that I'm making a name for myself. Everyone's laughing, being giddy, and that's not it. You know what I'm saying? So let me take you on to sophomore year, right? Sophomore year, I put in the book specifically, it was a limited year of growth, right? That I'm saying this because I didn't really read that much, but my uncles would give me certain books. You know what I'm saying? They would give me certain books and I'd read them because, you know, they gave it to me and I felt like that was nice. So I would I would work on those stories. I'd work on seeing certain things throughout the books, but I didn't really capitalize on it, you know? It's one of those things that when we read, we don't execute on what we're reading. Therefore, the value of the book is not, say, fully being, it's not all the way being utilized. You know what I'm saying? It's not really furthering yourself if you just read the book and you don't execute on what you're reading. And that was my sophomore year, and I was playing football, and I still wasn't playing on varsity. So then I was like, man, you know, because to other people seeing that, like, look, you're working so hard, you're lifting every single day, it's not going your way. I mean, why are you still lifting? Why are you still working hard? And in those moments, that's what defines character. Oh, so because you weren't playing, that means quit? Because you're not getting what you want within your life, that means quit? You know what I'm saying? Persistence and patience is something that they coincide together. So that's my freshman year, that's my sophomore year. Let me take you up to my junior year, you feel me? My junior year, there's two phases. I'll be very honest with you. There's two phases. There's the first half of junior year, and there's the second half of junior year. And I say this because the second that I transformed, or the second that I evolved from the first half to the second half, you wouldn't think these are the same people. So my junior year, I didn't really play that much on varsity. I played on like special teams and I barely got in, and I was intimidated by the lights. You know what I'm saying? They get real bright and I was intimidated by it. And I didn't know, say, how to react to me getting hit or me being under pressure. So that means I couldn't handle pressure. I couldn't stay calm under pressure. You know what I'm saying? And everybody around you sees that. So then what happened was I got taken off of varsity. So because I got taken off of varsity, you know you got to feel some type of way. You're going to feel some type of way because you're not getting what's yours. You're not getting maybe what you felt like you deserved. But did you earn it? Were you ready for it? That's something I ask myself every single day. You know, it's a blessing to be alive. Why not make the most of it? So what happened was that was up to about October, almost like the first week of November. We're still playing football because we made it very far into the playoffs. And that was my junior year. Right? And going forward, going past that per se, towards the team, we got eliminated from the playoffs. And then after that, one of my close friends asked me, they were like, you want to do track? And I was like, why would I do track? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm working hard to do football. And they're like, you're still not playing on varsity and you work hard. You work very hard and you're still not playing. And that really hurt me because I really do work hard. So I want to reap the rewards that I have been working for. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, all right, I'll do track. At first, I was just throwing and then I began running. You know what I'm saying? But let me tell you, that was around like January, February, March. So around like March was right around before I really started to transform. I was about to turn 17. Now that I'm really talking about it, I'm really starting to make sense. And what happened was I started reading, right? I started reading, but in that same sense as I was reading, I started working out 3 times a day. And you got to understand, you being 16, 17, working out 3 times a day, the amount of fatigue that you're putting on your body, on your mind, on your soul, everything that you're doing is crazy. Because understand, I was lifting around, let's say 11 o'clock. I was lifting around 11 o'clock. Then I would lift again after school around like 3 o'clock. And then I go to track practice for 2 hours. That's 3 times a day. I did that for about 4 or 5 months. I cannot tell you the amount of stress that I was putting under my body. Then on top of that, I started reading and writing. And what that did for me, at the time I didn't understand. But what it did for me was it elevated my mind because in those instances, I could listen to certain music or I would just be writing down things that I wanted to do. I'd write passion at the top and I'll just write about it. I would write time at the top and I'll just write about it. And this is the book, one of the books that really set me off. As I'm speaking to you right now, Think You Grow Rich. This book right here, it always talks about the subconscious mind. It talks about what you think about is what you shall become. And I know this video is very long, but I really want to go in depth about how I transformed from my freshman year to my senior year so that you know this did not happen overnight. So you know that I was willing to go the extra mile when I had every single reason to quit on myself. I'm being so serious. I'm being so vulnerable because I want you to understand how long it took me to get here. But that was only because I was willing to flip that switch. You know, as I make these videos, maybe one video you listen to changes your whole perspective on life. I'm not sure, you know? So then, as I was reading and writing and elevating my mind on the things that I was like reading, I remember reading How to Win Friends and Influence People, right? One of my friends in my classes, I think it was honors chemistry or something, he saw me reading the book, right? And he asked me, he was like, oh, Randy, How to Win Friends. Oh, Randy, do you need friends? I'll be your friend. And when he said that, I said, there's something special in these books. There's something special about these books. And that's why I got to capitalize on it. So then as I continued to read, I started to get quieter. Because they say the man who speaks the most probably doesn't know the most. Because you're just talking. You're just being ignorant about what you... But the definition of ignorant is not knowing. In my first half of my junior year, I didn't know. I just didn't know. I just didn't, care about self-development. And then my social circle began getting better. In my junior year, the second half of my junior year, everything started to pan out. The people I was surrounding myself with had big goals and dreams for themselves. And I was like, I like this, you know? Then my senior year, man, all summer, my junior year, my junior year summer before my senior year, I was studying motivation. I'm talking about I was studying motivation and I was taking the time to truly understand what it is that motivates people. You know, and I did that for about 2 years because I told you, 16, 17, 18, I was literally investing within myself. So I was studying motivation and I got to a point where it's like, okay, now you're ready to go and speak. You know, right now at this very moment as you're watching this video, I'm not saying I'm the greatest, but I'm willing to go the distance to be the greatest. You know what I'm saying? On this transformation that I'm still on. Right? So that's like the first half of my, so that's like, I'll say, okay, so that was the beginning of my senior year, right? And then on top of that, remember I said I got taken off of varsity my junior year, right? My senior year, I started on varsity and I was a captain. And other people might take this for granted or be like, okay, why are you still talking about memories like that? But then I don't think people understand what I had to go through physically and mentally to get to that point. And it's bigger than high school football. I'm being dead serious, man. And that's how I want to go through this transformation and really present value in any way I know how. Okay? So then in that transformation, you know, I did some certain things in my senior year as far as physically and mentally growing, that in my study hall, almost every single morning in first period, you could talk to certain people that had that class with me. They saw the things I was doing and they gravitated towards me. But that's only because I was willing to take the time, the energy to invest within myself. And to some people, they might say I don't have the time, but then yet you're making excuses. Because the way I look at things, I understand people are in very bad situations. I totally understand, and I keep that on my mind every single day, because the truth is I could die tomorrow. That's it. I could die tomorrow and this could be it. And what did I do today to gravitate myself forward? That's it, man. Don't limit yourself in any way. You know, so people started to gravitate towards me because the energy I was putting into the world. It's always that mentality that we are in control of the things we do within our lives. Because once you understand that it's no one else's fault but yours to, say, amount to those goals and dreams you set for yourself, that is when stuff starts to click for you, man. I promise you, that's another thing I did. My junior year summer, I wrote so many positive affirmations everywhere. Like $10 million by age 25. Your mind is your temple. Would be willing to fail every single day, because if not, why? Why not today? You know, why not go and do it today? You know, above average, above the line. That's another book I read by Urban Meyer. There's just so many things. You know, it's like that. You remember your why. Your subconscious mind is very powerful. All these things I was literally ingraining within myself every single day. Even if I didn't read it out loud, just think about you seeing it, right? Because your subconscious mind is on 24/7. This is like real legit things that people need to start understanding, man. Just being real. So, second half of my senior year, right? I had started to realize that I had sworn to the Army my junior year summer. I had sworn to the Army. So I was thinking about me going to training. I was like, training's gonna be easy. It's gonna be, easy peasy, nothing, right? So that's why I said was investing within myself, because in my mind, I was like, basic training's gonna be easy. Which when I got there, I'd say it wasn't as easy as I thought it would be. You know what I'm saying? Physically and mentally. But that's what I needed. Another breakthrough had happened at basic training. I can make another video on that later. If you comment below, let me know. That's why this video is so long, because there's so much that happened in the span of 4 years. That even in this video, I don't think I could tell you every little thing that I did. But I wanted to give you the bulk, the bulk of what happened and how it happened, when it happened, so that you can gravitate and elevate your mind to further things within your life, even if you're younger or older than me. There is value in everything that we do, every single day. The people that you surround yourselves with will be like just yesterday, right? Just yesterday, May 5th. Listen to this video. He said, it was Dan Penna. He's a billionaire. He said, look, show me your friends and I'll show you your future. I'm starting to really think about that, because the truth is, show me your friends and I will show you your future. Seriously, let that marinate, because that is what will define us over the course of time. If you hang around people who are not, if you hang around people who are not positive, you hang around people who are negative and pessimistic people, what do you think you're going to be doing with your life? If you hang around optimistic and positive people, what do you think your decisions will gravitate towards? Seeing the best in the situations that you are in. You know what I'm saying? It is not something that I'm saying that is woke. I'm just saying these are things that I'm realizing day after day after day. And I want to bestow that upon you. So that right there, in this 12-minute, 13-minute video is how I transformed, right? How I transformed from that freshman year guy you see or saw to the senior year man that I know I still believe at this very moment I could have done even more. That's what's crazy, but I'm not regretting it. Because then what am I going to do today at this very moment to help me long term? That's the way I look at a lot of things. But I'm still living in the moment. That's what is so crazy, man. Team, do what we do. This is the longest video I have ever made, and truly I'm excited because this is a lot of time and energy that I put into making this video, and I want you to gravitate towards this. I want you to benefit off of what I'm saying. If you like the video, please share it with anybody you know. This is Monday Motivation. If you like it, comment below and understand this is only the beginning. Team, do what we do. Out. Hey, another one.